I felt completely behind. I saw people who had entire vet programs at their school, and I barely had any vet experience. But I realized that that's not the point of these programs. Dear Alexandria, you don't have to have everything figured out to start. Hi guys, I'm Alexandria Daniels. This is the first video on Dear Alexandria, and today I want to talk to you guys about applying to vet camps. So this isn't a step-by-step kind of video. It's not instructions. It's not even necessarily a rubric, but I will be sharing some stories and things that I think will help you when applying. This video isn't specifically for people who want to go to vet camp. It can really be any program or anything that you want to apply to. I want to start off with why vet camps? What do they do? What does that mean, right? So I wanted to be a vet for, I would say, a pretty good portion of my life. I've always had animals in my life, no matter if they were my animal. We've always had family dogs. Like my grandma started off with a Chihuahua named Coco, and then my mom got the dog, and then it was my auntie's dog at one point. So I've always been a dog-oriented person, and it's definitely been a career that I've always wanted. So that's the first reason. But also, I really feel that vet camp is a way to really explore that being a veterinarian is what you want to do. You know, you really don't know that that's what you want to do until you're in that field, other than just going off to college and then after doing internships or something like that, maybe figuring out that that's not what I want to do, which I do feel pretty confident about it, but I really feel like going to a vet camp will really solidify that this is what I want to do. But if you are applying to any kind of camps, really, like if you want to be a doctor or a lawyer, I would definitely do some research into any kind of camps that have your major or what you want to do in life. Okay, so next piece is how many camps did I apply to? So I applied to 4 different camps for right now because I haven't gotten all of my acceptances or denied or deferred. Hopefully it's all acceptance. But what I can tell you is I did make it into one of them that I know so far. And some of the other ones I find out actually like in like 2 to 3 weeks, and then the rest of them are later on in like a couple months. So once we get around to there, I can give you guys some more specifics. There will be future videos about me packing and me getting ready to go there and me there. So I can guarantee you at least one of those videos. Each application was a little bit different. So the one that I actually got into through an academic program, and they sent me something in the mail. So I'm in an academic program, right? And within the academic program, they send out things about you to other programs. And so that other third-party program sent me something in the mail, and I applied, gave them my GPA, gave them my transcript, and I got an email that I ended up getting in about maybe 2 weeks later. So that one was a pretty quick process. And the second one, this was like my top 2 that I really want to get into, and that's the one where I don't find out until about 3 weeks. So that one we had to do a video essay, answer some questions, upload a transcript, and that kind of sounds pretty straightforward. But the video essay, you had 3 minutes. You had to answer 3 questions, but you also had to introduce yourself and all of these other things. So I was like, oh my gosh, I don't know how I'm gonna get all of this information in one. So it definitely was a little nerve-wracking. So that was number 2. And then number 3, that one was a random selection one. So literally all I had to do was type in my name, my last name, email address, parent information, like their email address and everything, what school I went to, the grade I was in, and then I was literally done. So that one I'm kind of iffy about and scared about because, again, random selection, there was no real kind of criteria to get in. So I'm definitely scared about that one. Number 4, that one, you had to send a transcript, and then if you had below a 3.3 GPA, you had to send in a recommendation letter from a teacher, counselor, or like coach of that sort. And I have higher than that, so I didn't need to do that. So all I did was send my transcript in. And this one, I didn't realize that it was kind of first come, first serve, and you kind of got approved through that process, but it literally got sold out so quick, like within about 2 days. But literally the only thing that was holding me back was I had to have all of the medical information and all these things. Those were kind of the differences between the 4. I know there are definitely more than 4, but because I didn't want my summer to be totally packed because each one was a week or longer. They were back to back, and then I would be traveling all over the place. So I did kind of want some downtime. Basically, to sum up everything I just said, each camp asked for different things. Some wanted more, some wanted reflections and questions about you, about your life, about why you're interested in being a vet. So if you want to apply, depending on which one, I would just say be thinking about those things even before applying. So now we're really gonna get into the real nitty gritty. Okay, what was this process actually like? So here's a little bit of, oh, here's my dog. Say hi, Chloe. Hi. We love Chloe. We love her. Guts too. Yeah. When I started this process, I was still in school. So having to write essays, having to edit the videos, I had to balance sports, I had to stay organized. So I will say it was a lot of mental exhaustion, a lot of pressure, especially if I would have applied to even more. I know it would have been much more taxing. I would say advice for you guys is starting early. Literally, most of the camps I applied to, literally the applications opened in like August, and some of them were due in January, some of them are due in March. So I feel like there is a good amount of time. So don't wait until all the way up until the deadline, which I know, especially if you're applying like as a junior or even as a freshman, like a lot of them require transcripts. So I do understand that you kind of want to get if you had good grades that semester, you want to put in that transcript, especially if you're a freshman, because you wouldn't have a high school transcript until the end of the semester, and the transcripts usually don't come out until early January. So I will say that there was a lot of organization and balancing different things and time management. So that was one of the hardest parts and probably the most realistic part of applying. So another thing I want to add was during this process, there was a lot of self-doubt. I will be honest. For one of the applications, literally, they had previous applicants or previous attendees, like people that actually got in and went. We got to see their essays, we got to see their videos, and to be honest, at first it was very discouraging because I would see all of the achievements that they've had. The one kid literally had a vet program at his school, which I was like, oh my gosh, like I don't have that. I barely have any vet experience. I barely have any experience in that world. But you really just have to leave that self-doubt in the past, because at that point, there's literally nothing you can do. If you don't have that program at your school, you don't have it at your school, and that's not your fault. To me, because of that reason, that is why the school wants different kinds of people. They want people who haven't had as much exposure to the vet world. The whole point of these programs is to get kids exposure and to help kids figure out that this is what they want to do. Another thing that I learned was how much effort it really goes into applying to things like this. Like, most of them were not just an essay. You had to get paperwork, or you had to write an essay, edit the video, all those things. And what also I think happens is some people would stop at the second that they saw that. Just applying and getting your application out there keeps other people who are not truly passionate and not truly willing to do what it takes away. And I feel like just putting forth your best foot and applying just shows the vet camps that you are really interested, because honestly, it was a lot. I do want to remind you guys that this isn't just for vet students. All of these things that I learned apply to multiple different opportunities, because even if I didn't want to be a vet, most of the schools that I applied to have other programs outside of veterinary medicine and summer programs. What surprised me, this was definitely a different experience. I have a job, so I've been through interviews, I play sport, I've been through tryouts, but this is kind of a whole different ball game in a way. I'm not a senior yet, so I would imagine that the closest thing to this would be kind of college applications maybe, or applying for an internship. So I definitely think that if you also want to do those things in the future, this process will definitely help me with that. This whole process made me learn what my strengths were, made me learn to not compare myself to other people, organization, time management, confidence, all of those things. But it was a great eye-opening experience, because I can imagine that if someone were to look at this experience and be like, oh my gosh, that's too hard, that's a lot of work, and I can imagine that someone who thinks like that wouldn't get far. Like, I'm gonna be so honest about that. I love encouraging other people to go after their dreams, but if you are stuck in that kind of mindset, you're literally not gonna get anywhere. And I feel like any truly easy thing is not even worth it. For example, with my car, yes, my parents helped me pay for my car, but I literally worked my butt off my freshman summer, got money, helped my mom with the down payment on my car. It just makes me want to care for my car so much more because I poured so much into it. And it's the same with these vet programs and these applications. If you don't work for it, I really don't feel like you even get that gratification. Something that me and my mom talked about. She was like, Alex, are you proud of yourself? Because when I found out I got into one of the vet camp, and she's like, Alex, like, you're not jumping for joy, like, what's going on? And it was the one that I got through the academic program, and I was just like, well, I really didn't have to do much. Like, they just sent me the thing in the mail, and I just had to give them my transcript. That was it. And da 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 da. And she was, well, Alex, how do you think you got into the academic program? How do you think you got good grades on your transcript? And I was like, you're right. That did take some grit. That did take some work, getting those good grades and getting into that academic program, which the only way I got into that was because of test scores and good grades and all those things. So I will say you really have to back into the whole process and take it as a learning experience and see things that you need to work on, and really take joy and be proud of yourself for the little things. Be proud that you got half your essay done. Be proud that you found out how to download your transcript. Every little victory should be celebrated. I don't mean, you need a cake every letter you write on your essay. That's not what I'm saying. But you should be proud of yourself that you're even getting it done. Like I said, some people just are stagnant and do whatever it is that needs to get by, and you are a person that goes out and strives for what they want. This process has really taught me you don't have to be perfect. Don't compare yourself to other people. You just need to be intentional and do what you need to do to get your goals. And you're not always going to get everything you want, or maybe at the exact time you want, but as long as you're intentional, you know that you tried. What's the saying? You'll never get in if you never apply, or something like that. Okay, so I kind of overlapped with the two topics, but the next section is what I learned about myself while applying. So I did already talk about some things I was kind of surprised about, but I will say that I learned to be more confident in myself, which is why I really wanted to make this video, because I feel like just the application process, I feel like, changed my perspective on a lot of things. I also gained a lot of discipline and responsibility, because the majority of my application I literally did by myself. Like I said, I was doing this during the school year, so my mom was working, and I really only asked her to look over things once I was kind of done with my final products. And it is a lot of work. It is hard work to put in these applications, and then not only just put in these applications, but giving your 100 and putting in these applications. So it's not just about getting the applications done. It is really showing who you are through a 3-minute video, or showing who you are with 3,000 words, or whatever your application will be. So you just have to, like I said, celebrate the little moments, the little victories. Next is just kind of an honest reflection. So there was a lot of self-doubt throughout this process. I had a lot of questions like, what if I don't get in? What if they don't like me? What if they don't pick me? But to be so completely honest, it doesn't matter. It doesn't. But what does matter is, no matter what, you do what you need to do to get your goals. It's not going to be perfect. So there will be moments where you're discouraged. There's going to be doubt. But deep down, you have to look within yourself, and you have to say, is this really what I want? If this is, what do I need to do to get there? How do I get past this roadblock? And how do I keep pushing forward? So I've already heard back from one camp, still waiting on the others, but regardless of the outcomes, this process has literally taught me so much. So I can't even imagine what the actual camps are gonna be like. So now I want to talk about what's next, guys. Like, what is next? What's next? I'm sorry, that was such an ugly face. I'm sorry. So in the next couple of videos coming up, like I said, I made it into the one. So I will be doing a video about me preparing to go to that vet camp. If I get into the other ones, those will probably be separate videos and what I will learn from those experiences. So I'm super excited about that. And whether I get into all of them or not, there's going to be some great learning experiences I would love to share with you guys. And no matter if you're going out for a vet program, any other kind of program, I really hope that you guys have learned at least one thing from this video, and I hope that you guys will stick around and continue to watch my journey. I'm so excited to share everything with you guys. Dear Alexandria, I'm proud of you for starting. So if you guys feel like this information was helpful or want to just see more of me, make sure you guys subscribe down below, follow all of the socials, and let me know what questions you guys have, videos you guys want to see. Bye guys.